What, motherfucker? Don't try to psychology my shit, motherfucker, because you can never psychology my shit, motherfucker. Never, 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 motherfucker. It's the Going Off podcast with Rap Critic and Muse.
So, for those who don't know what the hell is going on.
Is this the right show? Why is everyone yelling at me suddenly?
So, there's this old song that was on the Chef Aid South Park album featuring DMX, Old Dirty Bastard, Ozzy Osbourne, and Crystal Method. Like, just the most confusing assortment of artists slammed together.
Without Ozzy there, it sounds very 90s. But when you throw Ozzy into the mix, that's when it becomes confusing.
Yeah, his voice is so weird on it, too. Like, I straight up thought it was, like, Old Dirty Bastard doing a weird impression.
Yeah.
Like...
it sounds bad.
It's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, it is not his peak. It is not his top performance. So, last week, we posted 3, I'm gonna count 3, Going Off podcast-related videos over on, the, Muse Reviews, YouTube. We got last week's episode 106. We got the Joey Badass All-American Badass review that we lost from episode 104. And we also have a minute that is nothing but Rap Critic laughing for a minute straight. And I wanted to clarify that although some laughs in the video may sound similar, it's not edited. That is an unedited minute of audio, untampered with, from... It was from the Joey Badass. It was like it was between when we got off the phone with Rav and before we started the Joey Badass review. You found a video that was like glitches in Sonic Adventure 2, or someone had pulled the frame back from one of the cutscenes, because people were like, what the hell is he laughing at? And I was just like, at first I couldn't remember, and you had messaged me about it, and then I was just like, oh yeah, how do I link people to that video, because I can't find it by just typing in like Border Dr. Robotnik gem grab. Like, that doesn't get results. But someone found it on Twitter, and you were able to retweet it.
So if you go to our Twitter, you can find the video. It's so fucking funny. Like, you just see you see the gym being grabbed, like, ooh, he's got it. Oh, he's gonna steal that away. And then you look over to the side and he looks like he's just had the shit bubbled out of him.
Because he's like upside down.
Yeah. This is like, that's just the one thing he gets to have. Like, come on, guys, just let me have this.
When you were watching it during the recording, were you watching like a loop?
I think so.
I think it was like a GIF loop. Because in the video, it's really short. But you laughed at it for a minute straight, so I'm like, it had to have looped. Because there's no way you kept rewinding it to see it.
There's something about that. Just in the way his hand, like, shakes. Please, I'm already gonna die.
I'm badly mangled.
Just let me have this.
This is only one of the Chaos Emeralds, too. I can't do anything with just the one. I just want this one.
I just want to feel like I've accomplished something.
Please let me have something in my miserable life. In my miserable backwards-legged life. In my Family Guy character just fell over life. With my arm around my back. One of YouTube's greatest success stories is SXEPhil changing his whole persona from using horribly edited, misguiding, misdirecting, deceiving thumbnails to cheat people, to trick people to watching his videos, to the guy who's now like talking about some real shit.
Yeah, it was weird. When I first saw him, like, you know, after the reinvention, I was like, wait, is that the same guy? I thought that was like a sexy Phil or something like that. It was like, SXEPhil, he's not sexy, brr. Like,
the only thing I remember about him back in the old days where it was always like a weirdly photoshopped either like big tits or a woman with like a big ass or something. And him making like a whoa face.
Yeah,
and then you watch it and it's nothing about that because that was back before YouTube was all about retention. It was all about the clicks. So if you got 1 million people clicking on your video, you got 1 million views. Even if they like turned it off immediately, it still counted. Now it's like you have to watch it for like at least a minute for it to count or some shit like that. Yeah, so back then he was really like on that train of like just tricking people into watching his shit. So I had a really bad opinion of him. But then I forget what he was talking about. It was a while ago, but he was making a video about it. I think it might have either been about like Lacey Green or someone like that. It was like other YouTubers. And I watched it. It might have even been about Felix, fucking PewDiePie. And it was just like, this is the same fuck guy?
Yeah.
Okay. he I mean, it could very well be his own voice, but he still does like the 1970s like radio
DJ.
Hey guys, we're this week we're talking about the like. I mean, that may very well be how he talks. It sounds a little douchey, but I can look past that.
Some people have talked about how like on YouTube, like some of the biggest personalities, they talk a certain way. There's like a certain bounce in their voices.
Huh.
And I think it was an article a long time ago. They talked about like Hank Green. They talked about like some other guys. And this is like, yeah, when you notice there's a certain way they pronounce their vowels. In a way that's like, I want to make sure you hear this, but in a way that's sort of like, I think it's like, it's oddly like appealing to the ear, you know?
That's funny, because it was a big turnoff for me. So,
yeah.
I guess like, I'm different.
I do find, because like, I think there's a certain way where it's like, it can either be interesting to you or it can put you off because it sounds manufactured. You know what I mean? It
was a bit obnoxious at first. Dude, you just reminded me. I was, when I was in college, the college had a radio station, and there was a guy, I forget his name, it was like something Diamond, like Johnny Diamond or some shit. And he was like a holdover from the 70s. He used to be like a 70s boss jock back in the old days when like people knew who the DJs were, and it mattered because they had like personalities and shit.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there, I was like interning, and I was just talking to him during the break, and he was just like, so you have an interest in radio? Like, what do you want to get into? And I was like, you know, maybe like behind the scenes editing or something like that. Like, I've had on-air experience, but, you know, I got to start somewhere, so I like splicing and cutting and editing. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's great. I used to do that, too. Oh, well, hold on a second. My song's almost over. We can talk more in a second. Well, that was blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck? Who did you just turn into? I immediately was like, ugh. Like, I just, like, didn't like him. Well, that was number blah, 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 blah. And I was like, ugh. What the hell is that?
But, by the way, shout out to Hank Green. I wouldn't try to diss them at all. They're actually cool people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. The fucking Vlog brothers are cool.
Yeah, the two brothers, Vlog brothers, that's the...
it's just two Vlog brothers.
I just got caught up in a Rick and Morty reference. God damn it, why does this keep happening to me?
Oh, god damn it.
Have you ever heard of Adventures of the Bailey School Kids?
No.
You've never heard of it?
Now?
You know, okay, so there was a series of books that I used to read back in the day called Bailey School Kids. And it would be like, you know, these kids would encounter supernatural beings. But they weren't. Were they actually like vampires, or were they not? And one of them was like, you know, the names of the books are just so fucking dumb.
Oh, okay.
There was one. The first was like, vampires don't wear polka dots. What? It's just like, I mean, who says? Like, is that a hard and fast rule?
All of these are don'ts or doesn't, and they're all to be read the same way. Skeletons don't play tubas. Monsters don't scuba dive. Gargoyles don't drive school buses.
And the thing is like, some of these, like I said, aren't even that bad. Like, maybe if it was like, vampires shouldn't eat garlic. Like, okay, I get that. Like, because, like, oh, that's not what a vampire is supposed to do, because we know from the lore. But who gives a shit if a vampire is wearing fucking polka dots? Like, that's not a thing.
Yeah, like, if vampires wore a specific thing, and then you, like, flipped it on its ear, and it was like, they don't wear that. Well, yeah, sure. Like, one of them is kind of close, where it says, Dracula doesn't drink lemonade. That's close. If it was like, Dracula doesn't drink fruit punch, because that's red, and but see, that's close. But Cupid doesn't flip burgers. He doesn't flip anything.
Yeah, I don't think the lore of Cupid has never been that he like doesn't flip burgers. It's completely like no one even thought about that.
This one could be the stupidest one. Santa Claus doesn't mop floors.
Is it just a janitor who has a big beard? Like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's a fucking Old Man Marley thing, like fucking Home Alone.
Santa Claus doesn't mop floors. Was he, like, not capable of doing that and we just didn't know? Like, maybe he doesn't mop floors with his beard, but I'm pretty sure, like, you know, the toy factory or whatever the fuck, maybe he puts in his part. Maybe he does some shit, you know? Maybe he mops, maybe he brooms, sweeps.
Here's one. Wizards don't need computers. I could agree they probably don't.
Yeah, that's the only one that makes absolute sense. Like, yeah, they probably don't need that. They probably already know if there's anything they need to know.
Frankenstein doesn't plant petunias.
What the fuck? What? Witches don't do backflips? Like, that's... What? Why do you... I mean, that's a thing literally anyone could do. Like, what... You know? Like, it's like...
They got wizards down, though. Wizards don't wear graduation gowns. They do wear big type gowns, though.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
You know, for whatever reason, they're on point with the wizards. But robots don't catch chicken pox. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, like, alright, it is a robot.
That's true, but goblins don't play video games.
Again, why? Why do you think that? There's no reason to think that. Oh, this is another one. Mermaids don't run track. Now, look up look up the picture for this one.
Oh, I didn't even think about the pictures, damn it.
This one pissed me off because it was such a fucking cop-out.
Hold on. Oh, no. Wait, what the fuck? She's just sitting there.
Yeah, I know. It pisses me off. Like, I was thinking they were gonna do, like, a thing where, you know, she's trying to run, but since she only has a fin, she's just, like, falling over.
One fucking got me. So, even though the titles say one thing, the covers show something completely different. For example, Vikings don't wear wrestling belts. That Viking is clearly wearing a wrestling belt. Witches don't do backflips. That witch is clearly doing a backflip. But the Santa Claus doesn't mop floors. They just got a dude with a beard, a pink t-shirt, and small green shorts mopping a floor as kids watch in holiday sweaters.
You know, the funny thing is, like, that one kid, the Howie, the redheaded kid, he looks like he's, like, making fun of him. Like, look at his asshole. It's like the man just wants to be left alone, man. Quit fucking playing tricks on him.
Quit walking on his freshly mopped floor. You're tracking mud. I'm remembering a thing about these scholastic books that, you know, like the Babysitter's Club or the Boxcar Children or whatever. They always have the name of the book, like name of the series, then it's name of the installment and the picture, and then there's always like a little caption.
Yeah.
You know, that describes it a little bit. The one, The Bride of Frankenstein doesn't bake cookies. So you got the Bride of Frankenstein, and she's got a tray of cookies. Again, just going against what the fucking name of the book is, because obviously, look at her, there she is. And there's just a kid with a big cookie, and the caption is, "It's a monster cookie."
What?
Because it's
What?
big. It's big! So... Oh my god, pirates don't wear pink sunglasses. If Captain Teach is a pirate, then where is the treasure? Oh,
Okay,
shit.
whoa. Werewolves don't run for president. Now,
What?
all of these are, related to, like, human beings doing stuff around, like, a school, I'm assuming.
I just saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, is he running, like, legit for president? Or is it, like, class president or some bullshit?
A funny and spooky adventure, perfect for the election season. Oh, please. In the best-selling and beloved series about a town where the grown-ups are more than a little weird. Presidential candidate Mr. Youngblood is stopping in Bailey City on his campaign trail. The kids are excited. That is until they learn that his platform includes longer school days and year-round classes. Ew! I'm gonna be able to retain my information better.
So, it's not just class president, he's actually running for president, and they're, like, gonna try to fuck with him and try to expose him in front of the people, I'm assuming.
And when they see his wolf-like appearance, they really start to get worried. Could a candidate for the president of the United States really be a werewolf? The Bailey School kids are going to find out. So, in these books...
These kids are gonna get shot. Like, I'm gonna try to pull his hair, try to pull the wig off, he just gets popped in the face by a fucking CIA agent.
How close do you really think you're going to be able to get to Mr. Youngblood? So, I assume you've read some of these.
I've read, like, the first two or something like that.
Okay, so, is this kind of like an episode of Doug scenario, where, oh, he looks like a werewolf, he must be a werewolf, then you find out he isn't?
Yeah, that's how I remember it happening.
But what about, like, The Bride of Frankenstein? That's very specific.
Yeah, or dragons don't throw snowballs. How is that gonna go? Because, like I said, with all of these, they're people, right? And it's like, oh, I'm interacting with them and they're doing a weird thing. Or somehow fucking unicorns. Okay, fine, but at least it looks like a horse. Like, oh, it's an actual horse. I don't know how much adventure they can wring out of, like, what? It's a horse, but it has a horn. Can we just ask the guy who owns it if it's like a... like, how much adventure can you wring out of that, But specifically for dragons don't throw snowballs, and you look on the, you look up the cover, and it's just like a, it looks like a snow dragon, like they just made a dragon out of snow, and it's just some kid behind it throwing the snowballs. Again, this seems like a really open and shut case. Like, it's like, oh, they're not supposed to throw. Oh, it's him. It's Howie in the back. All right. Like, where the fuck are you gonna go with this?
Okay, then maybe you can help me. How can you get an adventure out of that? Or gremlins don't chew bubble gum. It begins and ends with the bubble gum, you'd assume. Or does it? Whoever heard of a hungry ghost? What happened? Do you remember what happened with the hungry ghost?
Okay, I'm trying to remember. I think it was
Rack your brain.
It wasn't like it didn't happen like they're fucking showing it on the cover. It's not like, oh, the Lay's chips started floating out of the bag. No, it was like they were afraid to go. Ghost. Yeah, they were afraid to go upstairs or something, and then there was like potato chips up there or something like that, and they were like, "What? These potato chips have been eaten, but this attic hasn't been, stepped into for years." You know what I mean? Like some bullshit like that.
So did it just turn out to be like a friend or something?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was just like, oh, I didn't know my granddad was still alive or some bullshit.
And living in the attic. I'm looking at the cover of Phantoms Don't Drive Sports Cars. Who is that racing around town? I mean, it could be anybody.
Well,
why does your mind How does your mind go to Phantom first?
Just because he has a coat?
Yeah.
And a violin case, apparently.
See, is this an example of those memes that are going around? The ordinary people, creative people? Ordinary people see this, but creative people would think it's a phantom. Like, no?
Yeah. I'm surprised that that the internet is not making fun of this more.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, the internet should not have let this one go. There needs to be more people making fun of this stupid shit. Genies don't ride bicycles. Look, the only reference for a genie I have is fucking Aladdin and Shaq. And I'm pretty sure Shaq rode a fucking bicycle. So this one should be done out the gate, right? Like, wait, when did this book come out? It's like, imagine like them writing this book, and then that Shaq movie comes out, the part where he's riding a bike, and just like, shit, our whole preference is fucked. There's a Bailey Kids Junior chapter books, which is confusing to me. It's like, how short are you gonna make these things? Like,
is it just like segments of the books?
Yeah, like,
oh my god.
But here's the thing: they switch it around and they say, ghosts do splash in puddles. Reindeer do wear striped underwear. It's like, well, wasn't that the point of the original? That they actually doing the things that you say that they don't do?
Oh my god.
Or is the idea that, like, this is the version where, like, no, there actually is a fucking reindeer. Like, it's not just a fucking deer with, I don't know, pajamas on. It's a real who fucking gives a shit where reindeer wearing striped underwear? Like, wait, reindeer are real, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's not like... I had to think about it for a second. I was like, wait a minute. That's not even a mythological thing.
So, in the junior chapters, it's just, hey, it really is Santa Claus mopping floors. Hey, Santa. Why are you mopping floors?
Times are tough, kid. Fuck off.
What am I supposed to do for the whole rest of the year, realistically? I get fucking cracking in December, but throughout the rest of the year, yeah, I mop up schools. I mop up their gymnasiums.
Wait, vampires do hunt marshmallows.
Oh my... No.
What?
Stop.
What is this? What does this look like?
That's too. That's one too many levels.
Is it? What is this cop-out bullshit? They're just showing like a woman standing in front of what I presume is candy. Like, I thought it was gonna show her like with like a fucking bow and arrow, with like little mushroom marshmallows with legs.
Oh yeah.
Just trying to fucking find them. Now that's the story. Or what is this? What is this? Fucking snow monsters do drink hot chocolate. Okay.
I'm
Pirates.
sorry.
What?
I just found a really high quality cover of the Santa Claus Doesn't Mop Floors that I saved because I want to work it into the thumbnail. And you can now see that Santa is giving a knowing look at the camera, like, eh? Like
Weren't expecting this, were you?
The big plot twist, I do mop floors. Joke's on you, motherfucker.
Yeah, this is so dumb. Like, there's no point in reversing it when the original intent was that it was already doing the opposite of the thing that it was saying it was doing in the first fucking place.
That's bad writing.
Yeah, unless, like I said, the point is that, nah, bitch, pirates do exist.
Oh, yeah, right?
Dragons do exist, motherfucker.
Fucking Debbie Dadey, or I guess that's how you'd pronounce it, Dadey, and Marsha Thornton Jones. Can we get them on the podcast? We gotta ask them about these fucking titles.
Actually, I remember hearing about, like, a lot of young adult novels, they just use, like, a fake name. Because they just gotta pump out these stories every, like, other month or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
So they'll just have other people writing for them.
Oh my god. The Adventures of the Bailey School Kids special! Cool holiday puzzle and adventures inside Mrs. Claus doesn't climb telephone poles. Guess what she's doing on the cover? And the caption is, Mrs. Claus is coming to town.
Oh.
Take your expectations and shove them.
Pirates do ride scooters, goddammit.
You're gonna find out the hard way. You're gonna learn today.
This is so stupid. Why? Ogres don't hunt Easter eggs.
Oh, stop. Maybe they do.
Yeah, like I said, this all comes back to just like, who's to say?
Oh my god, I found the best one. The abominable snowman doesn't roast marshmallows. So...
What's up with the marshmallows? Why does that happen twice?
He's just sitting there roasting marshmallows with the kids. And the caption is, let it snow, let it snow, let it... Uh-oh.
What? Let it... Oh.
Yeah.
Like, did the person writing it just shit themselves? Let it... Oh, shit, hold on.
Oh my god. Abominable snowmen do roast marshmallows.
Holy fuck. I wasn't expecting this to actually happen. Run for the hills.
Hide the marshmallows. Ninjas don't bake pumpkin pie. Could he be slicing up trouble? Now, why would you assume that the ninja would be slicing up trouble? As if ninjas are all horrible and want to harm children. You don't know that.
Wait. It's called... What's it called?
Ninjas don't bake pumpkin pies.
Huh. And they have him with a sword. Like,
Yeah.
about to...
Okay, that's dark. That's pretty scary.
This is the one where the kid's reaction is actually kind of justified.
But he's still holding that slice, though.
Yeah.
He's
I'm really
scared.
freaked out, but I'm actually really hungry still.
This smells really good, and I really want this pie. And why isn't his face covered? The ninja, I mean?
Yeah.
He's not
That's
even
a
remotely
ninja.
dressed like a ninja.
That's just an Asian dude with a sword, man. Y'all racist.
Yeah, that's all that is. The Bailey School kids aren't racist, or are they?
Yeah. Today we learned about racial assumptions.
The book is the Bailey School kids don't stereotype. And it's like, uh-oh. Today we find out differently.
I got the one kid's like protecting his neck, like legit. The girl's like, no, I'm not fucking playing around with this bullshit. One other kid's like, oh, this is cool. Like, no, this motherfucker's wielding a sword, and where the fuck are your parents anyway?
What are they doing at school with a fucking presumed ninja in their kitchen?
Looking like he's about to hack off a head, not slice a piece of pie.
I really do love how violent that one is. We need to fucking transition into Gorillaz don't... I don't know.
Gorillaz don't make albums?
Oh, shit! What a fucking turn of events this is. Oh, boy.
Oh,
What
much
a
to our
surprise.
chagrin. Oh, man.
Boy, is my face red. So, Gorillaz have a new album, Humanz. Get it? It's humans with a Z. Cause the musician's a human. For real, though.
Because it's really people.
It's
Gorillaz
really
is people.
It's really people.
They're not just cartoons like I imagined when I was a kid.
Like I remembered seeing them perform at the Grammys. That was pretty cool.
That was actually pretty cool. Yeah, I think Gorillaz hit me right at that point where I was like, I still kind of believed in cartoons. Like,
oh, okay.
I think it was around like 7 or 8 where it's just like, it could be a cartoon band.
Hey, now, there could be a cartoon band.
I don't want to make assumptions, you know?
I remember
But then they kept doing the fucking interviews with the real people, and I was just like, stop doing that.
Yeah, you're breaking kayfabe. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
I remember listening to a radio show, and they were talking about bands being inducted into the Hall of Fame, and someone called up and said, hey, how about Kiss? And the host of the show goes, if Kiss goes into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so do the Archies.
Oh! This is the first Gorillaz album, I think, with skits on it. That really threw me off. I was like, what? Well, I guess, Gorillaz always said, I think Damon Albarn, he's always said, like, we wanted to do, like, every style of music imaginable. And you know what? Skits, hey, that's part of the format. Thanks to De La Soul, actually.
Yeah.
Who appears on this album again. I feel like once you've collaborated with, like, Gorillaz, I think you should only be able to do it, like, maybe once or twice. You shouldn't get, like, 3 chances.
It's like when a celebrity shows up on Sesame Street. It's like, yeah, okay, you've had your moment.
It's like, dude, get off. No, it's not fun anymore. The first time with Feels Gooding is like, oh, that's awesome. They got it for the song. Oh man, this rap group that you weren't even thinking about anymore, but they're back. Oh, it's cool. And then like when they did it again for Plastic Beach, it was like, okay, all right. No, I mean, I guess that's cool. But then to come back again for the Moment song is just like, okay, seriously, stop.
They fucking go back with him, dude. If it wasn't for fucking Gorillaz.
Dude, what about Del the Funky Homo Sapien? Where the fuck is he at?
That's a very good question.
Do they have a falling out?
Gorillaz are basically responsible for making De La Soul relevant in the new millennium.
Yeah, basically.
So I guess they just kind of owe it to him. Like, new album? All right.
Hey, can we be on this one too? Going into this album, it's so weird. I guess, like, because I'm saying, like, oh, well, Gorillaz albums don't start like this, but, like, I mean, what is the way they ever start anything? They've never been about convention. Like,
right.
Some people are saying, like, oh, man, I don't like this song as much as that song, or this song as much as that song. It's like, but it's always been that way. It's not like they're like, oh, we give you, the best rock songs ever. No, we're experimenting with everything, and we're just turning it out to you and seeing how you like it. It's always been about experimenting with everything,
yeah.
So I feel like you kind of have to expect that going in. Although I do kind of like the skits. I feel like they actually end up serving a purpose, if not immediately for the songs. I mean, there's the one that's like 3 seconds, or it's like, you literally did not need that. Like, I didn't even have time to skip it before it was over.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, it's nice if you're doing the album and you don't want the skits in your playlist or whatever, because I think it's bullshit when some albums will be like, oh, the song is like 4 minutes or whatever, and then the last minute of the track is like a fucking skit.
Yeah.
So if you're not listening to like the single edit or whatever, now you got this fucking minute of bullshit you don't even want at the end of it. So I think it would be considerate if it's like, oh no, it's a whole separate track. Like, that's cool. But some of these, they're so short. Yeah, like, there's no point. The elevator going up? Really? You couldn't just fucking put that at the beginning of Andromeda? Why did it need to be its own track? That was weird.
But I did like the intro and the nonconformist oath. That was funny.
Yeah, those are fine. Yeah.
I was kind of hoping, like, the actual voices of, like, the Gorillaz would be on there.
Yeah.
But that would have been so cool, because you never hear them on an actual album. Except for 2D, technically.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, for as much as they are used for promotion, they're never actually on the albums.
I never even thought about that until now. Yeah, that's weird. Humanz starts off extremely strong. I'm just overall not a big fan of the second half.
I actually think the opposite, man.
Really?
Yeah, because like Ascension was great.
Mm-hmm.
Ascension was incredible. Actually, what's very fascinating about this album, I read that Damon Albarn was coming up with this idea, and he wanted it to be sort of like a end of the world party, and he wanted to imagine something that was so crazy that it couldn't actually happen. And the thing that he came up with was, what if Trump was elected president?
Oh, wow.
And so that actually happened. Oh. And they, where the album randomly feels edited for no reason, like on Ascension and Let Me Out. That was because originally they had said like Obama and Trump's names. And he was like, well, it's a little too on the nose now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they cut it out just so it wouldn't be too strongly affiliated with him.
Huh. Weird.
Which I think they should have left in, just to be like, holy shit, we actually saw this coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I remember listening to the singles beforehand. I was like, this is the most apocalyptic sounding album I think I've ever heard them make, even more so than fucking Demon Days. But the reason for that is because they were like, this would be the worst fucking scenario, and shit, it's actually happening. So from that, it actually sets the tone really well for where a lot of these songs go, right? So you have Ascension, which is fucking incredible. Vince Staples blessing the track as he does.
Yes.
Dude, it was fucking incredible. Just like the lyrics and just how the beat formulates around him to create this hazy ass atmosphere. I thought it was so cool that this was the first song.
Yeah.
Usually he gets like, it's usually like him singing. Like usually the first song is like 2D singing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But with this one, it was like, no, we're going into this motherfucker. This guy's the future. God damn it. But then you get Strobe Light.
Yeah.
I did not like Strobe Light.
I liked Strobe Light, but it went on for way too long.
Yeah, it sounded like a Sonic the Hedgehog disco song. Like, am I wrong?
I'd have to re-listen to it again after you had said that for me to really get that picture. I didn't get that. I liked the track, but there's no reason it needs to be 4.5 minutes.
Yeah. But then I loved Saturn's Bars.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it's about.
I couldn't tell you.
But I hope this one charts. So the album came out this week, and they're like, well, technically the album charts don't count yet until like a week has gone by. But it's like, wait, hasn't this song been out for like at least a month now? So
yeah, the single itself has been out for a few weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So do they now only count album sales after the album comes out? Like, I mean, single charts or whatever. That just doesn't sound right, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like bullshit, but who knows?
But I fucking love, like, so many people were, like, quick to go, like, auto-tune, bruh, Jamaican guy, bruh. But, like, no, I fucking loved it. Like, I just love the way it sounds. It's just this such weird, oh, man, like, just listening to this, like, I listened to it, did I listen to the song before? No, I saw the music video when the song came out, yeah. And it's just so perfect. Like, all of their albums always have, like, the one song where they're being attacked by the rapper for some reason.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't really think about that, but yeah, that's totally how it goes. It's always the big single, is them being attacked.
Yeah. But I really like this one. I mean, you know me. I just love, like, Jamaican voices in general.
I think Drake might have ruined accents for people. I think they're just over it.
God damn it, Drake. You ruined it now. Hope you can't sleep, and then you dream about it. But,
I wanted to say real quick, as like an aside, how Drake, the last 2 albums we reviewed of his have been 20-something tracks and over an hour. Have you heard about Chris Brown's new album?
Oh, no.
Chris Brown's new album is a double disc, 40 tracks.
Dude, people don't do double disc anymore. Like, it's not even that age, bro. Like, it's not even that serious. You're fucking Chris Brown. Like, there's no way you have a 40-song album statement that you need to make. Fuck out of here.
No way. But yeah, I thought Saturn Bars is the clear single option. That definitely should be getting the radio play. I don't know if it is on the alternative rock stations. It might.
I love that fucking. I can't get over that line. Oh, all my life, me dream for your house, land, cars and bikes.
Cars and bikes.
I can't get over it for some reason. There's just something about him just like wanting a bike. It's just so like, all right.
Wants the bike. Moments.
Yeah, that's the one where moments. Like, it sounded like it was about to go somewhere, but then it turned out to be about like, oh, we're drinking at the club, drinking our tears away or something like that, and it just kind of didn't fit. And then they auto-tuned that. It was just awkward to me.
See, I really liked Moments.
Really?
I really liked the punchiness of the sample. I liked the beat. It was like a really fun track, and I just liked De La Soul and Gorillaz working together again. I didn't mind that one so much. I didn't really see with these. I hate to say it, but I paid less attention to the lyrical content than I did like the beat work because Gorillaz, it's the one dude for the most part, and it kind of felt like, because there was so many features on the album, it felt more like when you got like David Guetta or Calvin Harris put out an album. And it's like, yeah, it's a David Guetta album, but, you really bought this album for Rihanna or, all that or whatever, or Rihanna, whoever, I'm not sure anymore. It's always for the featured artists. So in this case, when it comes to Damon's parts, I'm paying attention more to the production.
Oh, of course.
And I'm interested in what's going on with the featured artists or whatever. But overall, it's more or less an experience.
It's interesting. His voice has a very different, like, lilt to it now. You know how it used to always sound like zombie and sort of like a dead thing going on? It seems to have this weird sort of like bouncy sound to it now. It's interesting. It took me off. It took me off guard. I was like, oh, okay, that's what he's doing now. Okay. But I mean, I enjoy it. Like, I mean, he still kind of does the zombie thing every now and then.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like there's a new sort of pep in his voice now, and it's just like, oh, that's kind of cool. I liked. Let me see. What was Submission with Danny Brown?
Yeah.
I didn't like that as much.
Oh man.
It was cool.
We really are on the opposite on this one.
It felt like, I don't know, like, as much as I want to hear a Gorillaz and Danny Brown song, this just felt too normal of a song for Danny Brown.
I'll agree there, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just like, what? This is the one you want? Like, why wouldn't you have him on Moments,
Yeah, that's true. I think it's worth noting, by the way, that the nonconformist oath was Steve Martin. I couldn't recognize him on the album, but...
Oh, wait, what was it from something?
I'm guessing it's from a stand-up routine. Charger with Grace Jones. That was probably the oddest choice.
I was expecting so much more to happen. Like, what? Grace Jones? Oh my god, what's she gonna do with the track? And it was just like... You know what it reminded me of? Like, there's just like clips of her saying things randomly throughout the song. It reminded me of, because they said, like, apparently they couldn't get her for, like, any days except for, like, one day, and she just improv'd some shit, and, like, he just tacked together what he thought would make sense.
Oh,
it's just like, how the fuck do these, like, how do these recording sessions go? Because I know if I'm going into a recording session, I want to have something written down. I don't just want to go in and be like, all right, so what do you guys got for me? Like,
Yeah, Charger for me is where the album started to slow down. I didn't care for Busted in Blue, though.
Oh, no. I love Busted in Blue. Oh, my God. Just how, like, simple it sounded. And just the little weird snaps that were happening. Oh, and the lyrics, man, I love those lyrics where he's saying, like, so amplify the sirens and define real amends. I'm through the echo chamber to other worlds away. I love that shit.
I was just kind of bored with that one.
No, dude, if you just get in a chill, like, atmosphere and you're just chilling, I think you would enjoy that song a lot better. Because it's a very down-tempo song, and I understand how, like, down-tempo songs can, like, they have that possibility of being boring, but I think... It transcends that with the way it sounds. I don't know. I personally really enjoyed it, but I will agree with you on Charger. Charger was just strange. Like, it reminded me of that Old Dirty Bastard song, Bitches, where, like, apparently they just got, like, a whole bunch of... ICP wanted to do a song with Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah.
But Old Dirty Bastard just sent them a bunch of, like, ramblings without even, like, a beat behind it, so they're just like, the fuck are we supposed to do with this? And so it was just like, all right, I guess we'll just make it work. And all throughout, like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. It is just, the beat is weird and plotting. Yeah, I just didn't dig it as much. I thought I didn't like Carnival with Anthony. Yeah, at first I didn't like it because I was like, Anthony Hamilton on a Gorillaz song. Like, that's not who I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about, like, people who are out there, people who are weird, not fucking Anthony Hamilton. But I actually really enjoyed that one too. Like, upon listening to it twice, I was like, okay, I totally see how this fits into the album. And then you had Let Me Out, which was, that song is fucking awesome. Pusha T. I would have never expected Gorillaz to do a song with Pusha T, but yo, when it happened, I was just like, holy shit. Just the little Let Me Outs in the background is just fucking beautiful. And Pusha T's rhymes about, especially in the second verse where he's talking about like, fuck, if this goddamn internet would just work for once when we're recording. But yeah, he's basically talking to his mom about how, like, you know, please tell me that I'm gonna live longer than, you know, than my cousin did, you know, who was killed. You know what I mean? Please tell me that I can trust the police. Please tell me that I can, you know. It was just like, holy shit. Like, I was really feeling that. But yeah, no, dude, as this album went on, I actually started to like more and more songs.
I think for how strong it started, it kind of started getting a little bumpy for me. Like it had its moments, like Andromeda and Let Me Out. Carnival was too short.
Yeah.
2 minutes and 15 seconds. I was digging that one.
Like, you couldn't take some of that time away from Strobe Light? Like, come on.
I'm sure they could have. But then, yeah, like, I didn't care for Bustin' Blue. I was a little bored by that one, only because the album kind of set me up.
Ascension is quite the album starter.
Yeah. Sex Murder Party, and followed by She's My Collar. I didn't really care for either of those. I thought they were both kind of meh.
I could see it with the She's My Collar. It doesn't really fit into the album theme, but Sex Murder Party I actually liked, because it was like, okay, it's a sort of, you know, going back to the theme of the you know, being afraid of like complete destruction, and basically this album is like the album version of the song 1999, where it's just like, fuck it, we're just gonna do whatever we want. We're gonna have sex, we're gonna kill people. I don't give a shit, you know, like, because nothing fucking matters anyway. You know what I mean? So I got that vibe that was working out. But yeah, so tracks like Charger and She's My Collar kind of take away from the bigger theme that's kind of going on. You know what I mean? But then we get to Hallelujah Money.
Hallelujah Money.
When this song first came out, I really didn't fucking know what to think of it.
I hate that the album version doesn't include the SpongeBob scream. Could they not clear the sample?
Possibly.
Man.
I think it should have had that instead of him randomly screaming "Hallelujah Money" at the end.
Hallelujah Money.
It's like it kind of takes away from the cool that he was having this whole time.
Yeah.
You know, because like the okay, so you know, you listen to the song. Like I said, the first time I listened to it, I'm like, oh, when I first heard this, I was like, man, Gorillaz ain't coming back, because this is too weird of like a first single. You know, like no one's gonna fucking gravitate to this shit.
Right.
But I think they put it out because, like I said, the album was supposed to be about, you know, what if Trump got elected, and then it actually happened. And so, because I think this came out like the day after the Trump election or whatever.
Oh, huh.
And so it was just kind of like this is what we were thinking of, and we're just putting this out here, and it's dirty and weird, and we don't know what the fuck is going on right now. Like, really, that song, I think that song might have been too perfect for when it came out, because it was just so boding. And, like, literally, as I listened to that song, I was like, are the bombs gonna drop now? Are we? Is it all over now? And this is the fucking the what was it, the ABC broadcast of the people playing the trumpets and shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, the weird ass fucking, if it's the end of the world, this is the last thing we're gonna play. Like, that's what this song felt like. So I was like, oh shit. And now I will say this one thing though. I feel like this song could have been perfect if they would have. I feel like this song would have been perfect if they would have like kept the electronic drums to like the tail end where 2D sings. I feel like it's just too disruptive for earlier in the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to dance to this. You don't have to put a drum beat behind it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this could have been like this sort of like the In the Air Tonight, you know, where it's just like the drums don't come in till like really late in the song, and it makes more of an impact that way. I don't know who Benjamin Clementine is, but holy shit, his voice is just spooky as all hell. It's this fantastic baritone with this vibrato in it that's just, it's awesome. And after, like, you know, you're just getting over the shock of what life is right now, and listening to it in the context of the album, I was able to enjoy it a lot more. This is the end, then so it shall be. Do we say so? Nothing will move. Don't worry. It's not against our morals. Legally tender. Like, he made the end of the world kind of sound cool for a second. It's like, okay, I mean, if you say so. You know,
you say so, Clementine.
I'm a little disappointed that the SpongeBob scream isn't on there. And they really should have edited it out, him screaming at the end, because it ruins the cool.
Yeah, if you're gonna make it deviate from the music video with not having the SpongeBob scream, do you have to have his scream?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Take that out. It doesn't work, especially as a lead into "We Got the Power."
Yeah, see, I thought like it was gonna be leading into a more chaotic sounding song.
Yeah,
like, you know, like, oh, okay, I get it because we're going into something, you know, scary, but it doesn't really do that, you know.
As much as I liked, We Got the Power, when, like, I almost forgot about it because it's at the very end, and right after Hallelujah Money, it was like, oh yeah, this shouldn't be here.
No, I thought We Got the Power was the perfect closer.
Okay.
I kind of don't like how, like, on Spotify they have like the
deluxe edition tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that because it's like, you know, Demon Days ended with Demon Days, and that was the perfect way to end it. If they would have had like 8 more bonus songs, I would have been like, huh, what? What are you doing? It's fine, stop it. But yeah, I don't know about you, but I cut it off after We Got the Power because
I did too.
We Got the Power was the song that I really needed after this album. Like, I needed something to be like, you know what? We do have the power to work together and make things better in this world. We're not gonna give up. I was like, thank you. I needed that life affirming thing after fucking Let Me Out and fucking Ascension. You know what I mean? So yeah, I thought the song was like great, and just the singer, the Jenny Beth. Her voice reminded me of like fucking, you know, those heavy metal songs from the 70s, like Dio, and, you know, with the really high voice, and we dream of home, I dream of life out of here, the dreams are small, and my dreams don't know fear. Like, I love that.
I love that like energy. Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it was awesome. So, you know, I don't know what "on le pouvoir de sa mère," I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Even though I should know French, but.
So, overall, as if I need to ask, what would you give Humanz by Gorillaz?
I would give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Like with all Gorillaz songs, with all Gorillaz albums, it's ever since the beginning they've never had like, oh, this is the perfect album, but it's been
Tech
all
Nine
about
all over again.
Yeah, but see, Tech Nine and Gorillaz, I see them in different lights because Gorillaz is supposed to be, hey, it's a whole bunch of people getting together. What comes out comes out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you know, because like if you go back to the first Gorillaz album, you're gonna find a couple of songs that you don't like fucking Gravity. What the fuck was that song even about?
I would do 3.75.
Okay.
4 seems it feels a bit too much for how much I complained about it, but
for me being a Gorillaz fan, I think it's that's the reason why I'm rating it this, you know, because I'm just like if you like Gorillaz and you're into that, like I just want to hear whatever these crazy motherfuckers are gonna do next. Like, it doesn't disappoint, you know what I mean? There aren't too many moments where it's like it's not like The Fall, you know, where it's just like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Like the fucking yodeling pickle. What the hell was that shit about? What's it? Oh, god damn it! The Chef Aid song came back on.
I was wondering what that was.
It's so weird that you can hear what I'm hearing through my headphones.
It was just a really little bit there for a second. I guess it was so loud that I was able to hear it.
I am so glad that I have not like gotten bored like while you were talking about something, and then like just started watching like imagine if you're talking about something, I'm like, I'll just let him talk. I'm gonna watch some porn. Yeah, midget clown porn, awesome. And then you just hear, "Oh, I'm a midget clown, and this is porn sex we're having." And then you just stop talking. You're just like, rap critic. What's happening? What are you talking about? Oh no, I agree with you. Whatever you're saying. Rap critic, the midget clown porn. Can that be explained? Oh, what? Like, whoa. You know how you get that fucking warm sweat that just like shoots through your spine?
Oh,
when you've been caught doing something.
Dude, I was in a meeting at work just this past week, and I forget what came up, but someone just like mentioned me and wanted me to say something, and it was completely unprovoked, and I just felt like a fucking volcano was just erupting out of my head. I'm just like, oh god, everyone's looking. Why is this happening right now? But yeah, I totally know what you mean. And the last thing you want is for people to look at the new episode, go down to the time codes, looking for the album review, and just going, oh, 25 minutes in, why are they talking about midget clown porn? Oh no. Oh, old rap critic up to his old tricks again.
Muse, you have to edit this out.
Crazy old rap critic. You'll never know where he'll show up.
But
yeah, but no, I feel you. I guess that about wraps it up for the old Going Off podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Do yourself a flavor so you get all the new episodes whenever you want.
Do yourself a flavor?
Yeah, because we're Lay's potato chips. The ghoul is eating those potato chips.
Be a ghost and wolf down our podcast. I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this.
Ew.
Get where you need to be to wolf down these Going Off episodes.
That's it.
I'm so sorry.
Bravo. I'll put the link in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. Make it super easy. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud, you're already there, and you can download the episode in the little thing. It's down at the bottom there. Just hit the download button. You got it. All our old episodes are on both platforms, so if this is your first episode, you can do some boning up. Skeleton pun? I don't know. For the Going Off podcast, I'm Muse.
And I'm Rap Critic, telling you to hallelujah, money.